There are multiple parts to the same problem on LeetCode, and you get the idea. This problem involves stocks and it immediately grabs your attention. Well, it won't make you any better at trading, but definitely these kind of problems are asked by a lot of tech companies and they are very popular for your telephonic interviews. So let's explore more and look at part 2. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. First of all, let us do a quick recap on how these problems have been set up. Looking back at the first problem, best time to buy and sell stock part 1. If you want the full in-depth tutorial, I have a complete video on it. But just to give you a hint, basically you are given a array prices where each element determines the price of the stock on the ith day. So for example, if you're given such an array, you need to tell me how you can book the maximum profit. Means you gotta buy your stock first and then you can sell it anytime that you like in the future. So when you try to think about this problem, let us say you have such variance in the price of your stock. The most naive way that comes to your mind is that, okay, I'm gonna try out every pair. But you will soon realize that this is not an optimal solution. So what did we end up doing? Instead of checking every pair, we stopped and thought that, okay, if I am at a particular day, what is the cheapest I could have bought? If I'm buying at 10, then the profit is only 4. If I buy at 5, then I get more profit. This is the idea we go ahead with. So basically, we start from the first value. The minimum value so far is 10. Going ahead, the minimum value is 7. Notice that the price is dropping. So I cannot have any profit yet. The value now changes to 5. The minimum has changed, but no profit yet. Now the value changes to 9. So I can actually book a profit. It means I looked at one of the previous values to book a profit. Then the value dropped again, but my max profit is still 4. And the minimum so far also remains 5. Now when I go ahead, the value changes to 14. It means I can book more profit. And this is where the minimum value so far kept us very alive. That is how we were keeping a track of, okay, what is the maximum profit I can book throughout my array. This is also known as the cadence algorithm. And basically at the end, you have determined that, okay, this is the method by which I would have attained the maximum profit. I would buy when the price is 5 and I will sell it when the price is 14. So everything works, and that was the approach you took in the initial problem. Notice that you can only make one transaction over here. And that is exactly where this next part comes in. You have the exact same setup. You are given an integer array of prices where price determines the price on the ith day. So once again, the setup is same. You have all of these prices, but now you can make multiple transactions. It means there is no limit on how many times you're buying and selling the stock. Just notice that you can only buy one stock at a time and you have to sell it. You cannot say that, okay, I will buy one stock on day 1, the other stock when the price is 3, and then sell it when the price is very high. That is not applicable. You only have to buy and sell a single stock, and you can do that multiple times. So basically what happens now is, instead of just one transaction, you can make as many transactions as you like. So if you are getting this particular trade as your best trade, notice that now you can make multiple transactions. You could have bought on day 2 and sold on day 3. You could have bought again on day 4 and sold on day 5, buy on day 6, sell on day 8, buy on day 9 and sell on day 10. For each of these trades, notice that you are booking a profit. And if you know all of this, you could have booked a maximum profit of 25. And that happens because you were able to do multiple trades. If you think about it now, this problem actually just turns into a greedy approach. Because if you have bought a stock on any day, the next day, if the price rises, you can just sell it and book your profit. And if you see that your price has dropped on the next day, it makes no sense that you sell your stock on the day when the price reduces. Basically, what I'm trying to say is you have to sell whenever your price goes up and you buy whenever your price comes down. And since this is a graph, you are always gonna notice that the price is gonna go up and then it goes down. If it keeps on going up, then you don't have to worry. It is just considered as a single trajectory. At the peak, you need to sell off your stocks, and then as soon as it drops again buy it. That is all you have to do. You sell at every peak and you buy at every valley. This is also known as the valley and peak concept. So what are you doing over here? Every time the price increases, you book your profit. That is what you're trying to do. Notice that in between day 6 and day 8, the price changed to 9 and then to 13. So you need to keep on going up as your price is increasing. As soon as the price drops, that is where you need to sell and buy a new stock. So now, if we have to iterate through this array to find the optimal solution, what do? Just iterate one element at a time. If you see that the price has dropped, don't do anything. It means that you need to buy the stock. So from 8, you land at 5. This means a drop in the stock value. You will buy at D2. Once you buy it, you see that next day the value has jumped to 11. You book your profit immediately and then you get the value 6. If on the next day the price would have risen again, we would have kept on going. Otherwise, you see that the price drops. So once again, you would have sold at the value 11 and then you buy it again at day 4. The next day, the price goes up again, so you sell it. The next day, price goes down, again you buy a stock. The next day, price goes up. So you can sell it or you can keep it. Notice that if your price is continuing to increase, it is literally the same that you sell and then buy it back again. So if you have multiple days where the price just keeps on increasing or the price just keeps on decreasing, all you need to do is just sell the stock if it is going up, just buy the stock if it goes down. So this is how you are going to keep booking all of your profits. And notice that with this iteration, you are just looking at the previous value and trying to determine how much profit I can book. I get -3, +6, -8, +3 and so on. Notice all of these positive values. These are the profits that you can book. At the very end, you just need to add up all of them and that gives you your maximum profit. And that is exactly the greedy approach. You determine, okay, what is the best case scenario for me right now? And try to apply it throughout the entire array. That is your greed criteria. And that leads to an optimal solution. If you notice, we are only doing a single traversal of the array. So that gives me a time complexity of order of n. And I'm not taking up any extra space as well. If you feel that you now understood the problem statement even better, feel free to try it out on your own. Otherwise, let us quickly do a dry run of the code and see how it's working in action. Notice the array that we have over here. We have all of the prices. And then I start my code with taking up this prices array. Currently, my profit is 0. All I do is I compare the current price with the price in the left part. So I'm just comparing the price of 2 consecutive days. If the price has risen, I just book my profit and then move ahead. If the price falls, I don't do anything. The price rises again from 3 to 6, I book my profit. The price drops from 6 to 2, I don't do anything. The price rises from 2 to 9, so I book a profit of 7. The price rises from 9 to 13, so I book a profit of 4. It drops to 1, so I don't do anything. And then it rises to 6 again, so I book a profit of 5. So at the very end, I have determined that 25 is the maximum profit I can get, and I can just simply return it as my answer. Notice that it is not a tricky code at all. All you need to do is get the intuition that how a greed criteria will help you to find the optimal solution and why this is the maximum profit you can book. Because if the value of a stock drops, it makes no sense to have and incur that loss. Because you have all the information available at hand, you can determine the optimal approach. But then, that is why I say that this is not an actual trading problem. Because in the real world, you never know what the next day is going to look like. So you can never say that, okay, the price has risen today and I am gonna sell it. It could be possible that the next day it rises even more, or the next day the stock could crash. So if a stock has crashed, you lose the ability to sell it. And that's why all of these problems should not be related to any real world scenarios. But anyway, they are very much fun to solve. So while going throughout the video, did you face any problems? Or do you have any other method in mind or any other similar problems which follow the same concept? Tell me everything in the comment section below and I would love to discuss all of it with you. As a reminder, if you found this video helpful, please do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This really keeps me motivated and I can make more such videos. Also, a huge shout out to all the members who support my channel. You guys really keep me going. As a member, you do get priority reply to your comments and early access to new videos as well. Stay tuned for my upcoming videos. Until then, see ya.